Hello, everybody.
Hi.
We are in the seventh and final chat for the Worldwide Writathon.
Is that the
So
number?
this is like us ending it out. Y'all, we're gonna be all over the place today. I can just so we'll just start with everybody introducing themselves.
Oh, okay. Oh no. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. We were talking in my earbuds while we were talking. So it was like, I just heard this conversation. Hi, I'm Ashley Pupatigo. I am a writer for children and adults, a songwriter, and I also host productivity sprints over on Twitch. And I usually have way too many projects going at once. And that continues to be true. Your turn.
Oops.
Is it you? You go, Michael.
I love that you look down.
Hi, I'm Michael C.B. Chen, and I have a new AuthorTube channel where I do live streams for writing and reading on Friday afternoons, North American Eastern Time. Yep.
Yay.
I don't know why I hate these so much. I hate talking about myself. My name is Becca C. Smith, and I am a writer. I have an AuthorTube channel.
Hi, Becca.
Yeah. So that's all I got.
You did it.
Yes.
Yay.
I did it.
You did it. Yes, it is. Yes. If it's not, it's Frasier and Scooby.
I know. I always see it in your background. I'm all like, is that Frasier?
It's legitimately always on. It's either that or Scooby-Doo. Like very, very rarely is it anything else. And the other day I was scrolling on YouTube and there was like a 20 things about Frasier you didn't know. A good portion of them I did, but like I thought it was going to be about like the show, and I was like, "Ooh, point out all the plot holes that I know. Come on, let's do it." But like, it didn't work that way. But it was still pretty fun. Hey everybody, I'm Cache. This is my channel, Shay with the Hobbies. I write short stories, poetry, and the occasional blog post. Heavy on the occasional everything right now. What I've really been doing the most of is reading. That I have been kicking tail on, so that I've been doing. But I'm trying to get some more writing done. And this weekend, I planned, and I was telling Ashley this earlier, you know, we have the goals post, and I was like working on it, and I forgot to hit the submit on Instagram. And I was like, I've never been more glad that I didn't hit submit because I didn't do none of the things that I said I was going to do. And somebody would have asked me, and I would have had to be like, Nah. How about y'all? How did y'all do this weekend?
No.
We can be like, nah, together.
No.
I've definitely gotten myself at least a few of those badges.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
I'm definitely nowhere near the badger badge.
That have nothing to do with writing. Almost every badge that has nothing to do with writing, I got. But if it was for words,
I found out, like, I think it was not one of the first streams, but one of the first streams on Saturday morning. I was all excited because I was like, okay, you know, I just finished one of my books, Hexsphere, and I was like, okay, I'm ready to start editing. Like, I'd given it a rest, so here I go. And I sat down to start reading it, and I quickly realized that because I had written it in first person present tense. And I was like, it's wrong. Like, it should not be written this way. And I realized it needed to be switched to third person limited past tense. And I'm like, and I at first I was like, maybe I'm just in a mood, and maybe I just, you know, and it's just, I'm just, you know, so I had the one that was first person tense, and then I rewrote just the beginning part because it's 2 POVs. So I wrote the beginning part of the chapter of the first girl, the second girl, and then I gave it to my husband without any opinion. I was just like, which one do you think is better? And he was like 100% the third person. I was like, damn it.
No.
So I have to literally change the tense and the POV for 85,000 words.
That's big.
So I stopped doing the streams. No, I just
I didn't realize you. I knew you were changing from first to third. I didn't realize the tense was changing too.
And tense, yeah.
Ooh.
But it's going to be better. So ultimately, it's a lot of work. That's going to be my June now. But it's definitely better. It's just better. And you know what? I needed it. I needed to write the book because I wasn't finishing it. It took me 2.5 years to finish this particular story. And I obviously needed it to be in first person present because this is the part that hurts the most. Mm-hmm. Is I had actually written the first half in third person past. And then I rewrote it. I didn't save it. I rewrote it to first person present. And so now I'm kicking myself for not having a version of that I could have just, gone back to. But but again, I don't think I would have finished the book if I hadn't switched to first person present. Like for whatever reason, I needed that to get into their heads, to get into their thoughts, to, really kind of tell the story through the characters. And now when I think when I can bring it back to third person, I can. No, I mean, it's a little bit of a distancing, but at the same time, I don't know. I kind of feel more connected in a way because now I think I know everything that's going on. And so I don't know. I think everything happens for a reason, but it is annoying.
So it's almost like you've needed for creative purposes to tell the story in first person.
Yeah.
And now that you've told the story for sort of like presentation purposes.
Yeah, almost exactly.
Switch it to back to third person.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but it's just like, and I'm so grateful because I originally had scheduled, I hired Natalia Lee's company, Enchanted Ink, because they're really good with editing. And I had my date had been like August 11th, and I knew I wasn't going to meet that. So I had contacted her and I said, "Oh my God, Natalia, I'll wait. Like it's worth it. Just even if I have to wait 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, I don't care. I want you guys to edit it. So is there any way I can switch the date?" And then she happened to have a client that really wanted an earlier date. And so we just swapped dates. So it ended up being perfect. So it's December 1st. Yeah, so it was great. So now I have 6 months. So I feel like I'm so glad that I have 6 months.
So randomly throughout the chat, I'm going to just be dropping chat tips based off of our lovely co-hosts and their welcome.
Oh, save all versions of your story.
I was like, this right here, like,
this is a good one.
Hey!
Just save it. And no, this is, hey, Becca is telling us, save it.
Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, save those
I
drops.
was so sure though. Like I was like, nope, it is first person present. I know, like that's it. Like I'm done. And yeah.
Remember how I felt like when I was giving you the 2 versions of the first chapter, Blankets and Burglary, and I was like, I don't know. I was complaining, and then I heard you, and I was like, this is why you don't complain. Like, you hear, this is such a different situation, and you were whining for nothing. Like, it wasn't that bad. But I didn't realize we hadn't said hello to everybody. So, hi, Anya. I did see you say that you are already in bed and whatnot, so you might fall asleep. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Twin is here. We got Ashley. And
I'm here. We're here.
Sarah, how are you? I hope you are doing well.
Hey, Sarah.
And we have, I'm going to make sure I say it right because there was a whole conversation about saying people's names right. Zara.
Zara. Oh, see, I've been calling you Zara. Oh my God, I'm
Zara,
so sorry.
Right? I'm telling you, Zara, right? Wait, am I wrong?
I don't know. I'm always
actually.
We had a whole conversation in the chat earlier about pronouncing people's names right. So if I did all that and still said it wrong, I'm gonna
oh my God. I just screwed it up. I don't know.
Zara, please tell us if I'm saying it wrong. I'll try. I was trying.
So in our last stream, Zara and I were co-hosts, and Sherry was talking about that she has the Council of Sarahs, and Zara asked to join because Zara rhymes with Sarah. So I believe
it is Zara.
I didn't even hear that part, but hey, demonic devices, use them, people, use them. Well, I'm just saying, they help. Hey, Azaria, hey, how are you? Lauren, hello. Are you still doing? Because Lauren, I feel like weren't you doing the like midweek lunch break streams?
Mhm.
I feel like you were teaching. Like, how's that going? I feel like I haven't seen one in like a while, but
They're still happening. They're over on Twitch.
They're over on Twitch.
They're over on Twitch.
Twitch, gosh.
I feel like everyone's moving to Twitch.
Right.
It's fun.
I know.
Twitch is fun.
Like when I'm watching Twitch and then like things are happening on the screen.
I know. I'm like,
what's
happening?
What's going on? I feel like I need to watch a tutorial. Like
same.
Tutorial. Hi Stephanie, how are you? I feel like don't you have a book coming out soon or like that did recently come out? I feel like I saw something about that.
Ooh.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I saw like a cover release a little while ago.
Hey.
Lee, how are you? Also, is this a
Hi.
haircut? I have not seen this avatar before, and I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. But also, I haven't streamed in a while, so that could totally just be me. I just completed my last objective for the weekend. Now I'm gonna chill with y'all. Yeah,
Hey.
Yeah, come hang out.
Casey, how are you settling in? I know you recently moved. How is that going? How are you feeling? Marta, I saw you also said that you probably won't stay long because you're exhausted, but there will be riddles. There will. Yeah, and Aya said yesterday was quite productive. Today was more enjoying the community. Yeah, today was definitely a community enjoyment day for sure.
Yeah.
Lauren says, I delete nothing. You never know. Big facts. Big facts.
Yep.
That's why I love snapshots in Scrivener. Okay. But then again, I never delete anything. You never know what an old piece of trash can mean to something new. Man.
I didn't feel like I was deleting it because I don't delete anything either. Like, I even have an old version of Hexsphere that's like the characters in their 30s and like whatever. Like, I kept all that. It's because I changed the tense. Like, I didn't feel like I was deleting it. Does that make sense?
No. Yeah, I get it. You're like, I'm going with it because it's a completely
because it's the same words. It's just now it's past tense and in first person,
Right.
or whatever, the reverse. So it was like in my mind, I wasn't deleting anything.
Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah, y'all know I'm still late on the Scrivener game. I don't even know. I haven't even used it yet. So I was like, snapshot. I have to keep that in mind. I save everything I write. I've taken stuff out in one draft and put it back in for another. Yeah. Also, I've been I've been watching author interviews and stuff. And I've seen where authors have put an excerpt of something that's in the story, but not in the book, that as things to get people excited about it and things like that. And I was like, that, because as a reader, that would get me excited, especially if you kept going in the same universe. And so it's something that would get me thinking about your next book coming out. So I was like, I like this.
Yeah.
Hey, Miguel, you're fine. We've only been going for 13 minutes. I promise you, you're not. I should definitely be doing homework, but procrastination that is so totally a thing. Is why I didn't write. The book was good. No lie, the book was amazing, but it was definitely a procrastination thing. It was not even gonna lie. I am still doing them. They're on Twitch now. The next one is this coming Tuesday. Got you. Yes, Sherry does live on.
I know you do. I love it.
And I always now that because I used to only use it on the computer. So once I download it on my iPad, I'm better about making it to you guys' streams on Twitch because it'll give me an alert. And before, I'm not checking my email every day. There's a Twitch. That's how I used to get mad when I find out 2 days later that NK Jemison was twitching. And I was like,
she does the video games. I love that.
I always miss it.
Yeah.
Names are tricky for sure. I released it on May 4th. Okay, I was like, I thought I saw a book had come out. Oh, you are fine. Shameless self-plug away. Let people know where to find you.
Go for it.
All the plugs in all the sockets.
Right. I love my new house. There's a few quirks, but nothing too bad. Still don't have Wi-Fi though. Apparently all the services are bad here in the Mexico. Oh
no.
Well, definitely keeping my fingers crossed that you find something, because I used to be one of those people, I could do one of those $1 million challenges or $100,000 challenges with a week or a weekend or 30 days without internet. But my entire life, nah. Not at all. Not since this whole writing community on the internet.
I know.
Yeah.
Dark Side of Tomorrow, book 3 in my series. Awesome.
Yeah.
Valerie, it has been such a long time since I could catch it live. It's good to see you guys live, though. It's good to see you too. How are you? How are the pets? How are you doing? I donated my waist length hair in May. I sent it all to Pantene for a wig donation.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So awesome. I just love how good and wholesome people can be. Like, just all the feels. Where I said, yeah, who needs Scrivener anyway? I'm perfectly happy with my 200 word files.
That was me before I went to Scrivener. That was literally me. Like, I would have one for characters. I'd have one for world building. I'd have one for, like terminology. I'd have one for, and then finally, I forgot who it was, but they're like, in Scrivener, and I kept putting it off. Like, I was like, no, it's okay. It's okay. I got this. It's fine. And then I finally did one of my projects and put them all into a Scrivener file, and having it all in one file that you can just click to each one. Oh my God, it changed my life. I was just like, oh, yeah. So
I told myself that I'm going to win Nano one of these months, and then I'll get Scrivener. Like, I have to prove to myself that I'm going to use it is my thing. And like, that's what's been holding me back. But again, that's also low-key procrastination, and I'm adult enough to admit that. I actually make outtake files in particular for my fanfics, but for original works too sometimes.
That's a good idea.
Twitch is my favorite for streaming these days. Okay, so what you're saying is I need to hop on the Twitch train. I see, man. Like, it's a thing. Also, I feel like that is a new avatar as well. I don't feel like I've seen that one before. I've just recently found the AuthorTube side of YouTube, and I love it. I'm glad.
Welcome.
Yay.
It is a great community. Casey says, I am at Starbucks right now and definitely struggling a little, mostly because I store a lot of my writing online now, so I can't get into Google Docs very easily. I can see that for sure. Also, Titan, if you jump on my couch again, sir, we're going to have issues. He like does stuff when he knows I'm in front of the computer. I think he gets the concept that there are other people, but like not what's going on.
Yeah.
He likes to show out. You're smarter than you want me to think that I think that you are, sir, and I see that. We have full-on conversations.
I didn't expect children do something similar.
Right? At least be a little awake for this. I want to solve one of Michael's riddles. Well, I'm sure he's going to drop one in the chat, because I feel like I just got one, right? Because you said you made a few.
Well, there's 3.
Ooh.
And you've already seen and solved the first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, actually, Cachet's just solved the first one all by herself. No official hints or anything. She just asked me a couple questions, in our Instagram chat, and so I just answered them and kind of like, rephrased the riddle a bit, just kind of represented it a little. But then just without any hints or anything, she just solved it all by herself. I was really impressed.
Yeah, don't let Michael make y'all think that was impressive. That was one of the hardest things I've ever had to solve. I was sitting there like, I texted the boyfriend. I was like, hey, I'm about to screenshot you this riddle. You want to help me figure it out? Because I don't know. He didn't solve it. I did solve it, but still, I don't want y'all to think like Cachet just some super. No, y'all.
But it was really impressive.
It's a little bit of work.
I like it.
He said, me too. I have a deleted scenes folder for some even bonuses. Ooh, nice. Newbie. Okay, awesome. It's so good to see you. I don't know if it's just me, but Scrivener is so clunky to use. I've just never gotten into it. I know, right, Titan? Oh, okay. The Mac version is a little more intuitive to use. Do you have the Mac or the PC version, Becca?
I have the Mac version.
The Mac, yeah.
But I've heard pretty awful things about the PC version, it deleting people's stuff and and it's just it doesn't have as many features. So obviously they designed it for Mac,
Yeah.
Yeah. See, That's when I be feeling some type of way about developers. Like, I be like, see, don't just because it's not Mac, make it like either just don't make one.
Yeah.
Don't make it worse.
They lose so much money, so they just throw out a version.
Right. Like, that's my thing. I don't like that. But I do, you know, capitalism. Gosh.
The thing that I like about Scrivener is that you pay for it once.
Yeah.
And then
now that I do appreciate because the way we moved to
subscriptions for everything. It's a
sucks. Right, so I'm doing great. Got a new job. The doggos are adorable and spoiled. Been learning my new job. I haven't had the bandwidth to work on writing. I'm finally feeling like I can start working it back in. Hey, like last month was Mental Health Awareness Month, and y'all know I'm like the biggest person to say if you need to take a step back, like it makes sense, especially when you're working full time and trying to write. Like that's a lot of work because your 9 to 5 take a whole bunch of time. It take a whole, and it's a different type of mindset than when you're writing. So definitely just keep giving yourself grace and understanding, and we will be here when you're ready to jump back in there.
That's right.
And congratulations on the new job.
Right. Yeah. Congrats on the new job for sure. I found the Windows version hard to get into as well. Got you. Well, see, that makes sense because I'm not a Mac, and I'm with Jabria. I'm dying on the hill. The only reason I got an iPad is the boyfriend got it. Like, you sure? Because you know, when I traded in my computer and I got this new Mac, it was only really like $200 because of the way the trade-in worked. So you sure you don't? No, I don't. Thank you.
I can't use anything else but a Mac. And I know that's just me being lazy and not wanting to learn a new computer.
No, that's honestly why I don't want to switch to Mac. I'm perfect with Windows. Like
I literally, since the little Apple Square back in like 1994, so it's like literally that's all I've ever had, or to like the turquoise iMac to, you know, I've just never had a PC. And so when I'm on PCs for like work or things like that, I get really intimidated because it used to be a lot different. Now it's kind of the same. Everything's sort of turned into a drag and drop system. But I just, in my mind, like, it's just, I'm so used to the operating system and everything and how it works that I think I'd freak out if I got a PC at this point.
See, and that's how I feel about Mac. And honestly, the day that I stopped wanting Macs was when they stopped making the like translucent color on like them.
Oh, yeah.
All the old ones. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Legally Blonde had me wanting a purple one so
I had a turquoise one. It was my favorite.
And once they decided that silver and white and whatnot was what they was going with, I was like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, and then they had the clamshell, which was like, I loved the colors. Yeah, they dropped that pretty quick, but I loved it.
But for my like little girlish heart that like the little purple beads on my door and stuff like that. For me. Perfect. But
they're starting to bring the colors back, though.
Ooh.
You know what? And so I won't let myself get excited because they brought the Razor phone back.
I love the Razor.
Right, but they didn't bring it back the right way.
No, it's just like a folding.
Amazing. The best phone. Like, make the original Razor a smartphone. You got money from me for life.
But see, that's the thing is because of the Mac thing now is that the iPhone is like pretty much the same. Like, so now everything's integrated. So it's like I have my computer, I have my iPad, and I have my iPhone. All connect to each other. So now I feel like if I got rid of one and replaced it with another, I'd what to do.
Yeah, no, that's what the boyfriend likes about it. Like that it's all like interconnected and can use it forever.
Yeah, they got me. They got me.
They got
you. They got you in early and like they had
very early.
The PC version is now up to date and has most of the Mac features now, but the designing for Windows is still to me. Yeah. I love this PC versus Mac conversation. Also, y'all remember the PC versus Mac commercials? I do. I'm the
even remember the old IBM commercials.
Man, oh my goodness. And I just got updated to version 3, which what Mac has now, actually.
Okay.
I've been lurking the whole time. I forgot to say, I know you did say hi, and we asked about your name, but I don't think you heard us.
I said it wrong.
But Ashley told me I had it right, so that's all.
Yeah, I had it wrong.
Well,
Zara, yeah.
Zara,
yeah.
because
Rhymes
you
with
said
Sarah.
it rhymes with Sarah because you wanted to be in the Sarah, the collective of Sarahs.
Man, that makes me think of, and whenever Ashley is in the chat, there's always another Ashley, and it just makes me think of Recess, and I love it. I love it so much. Also, I haven't started the Latin American shows you sent me, but I'm starting them tomorrow, and I'm super excited because I'm doing my hair tomorrow. I'm starting my hair, so I'm gonna be watching and trying to learn Spanish and braid my hair at the same time.
Oh, nice!
A funny situation. I can't. Scrivener 3 just came out to the Windows version of today now. Okay, good.
That's good.
You're very welcome. Very welcome. I'm pretty sure you did say hi. We had a whole discussion about how
yeah, that's true. I think we saw you in the chat. That's right.
I love my MacBook, but if I compare the new ones, an iPad Pro is the best bang for your buck compared to a MacBook. That was what I was going to say, was that the boyfriend was saying that they'll never make Macs touchscreen because then you won't need an iPad. Because of like how big the iPads are and everything now, like it wouldn't make any sense. So that's why they won't. Because I have a Surface, so I touch my screen. So whenever he asked me to use his computer, and he get your fingers on my screen. Well, I'm sorry, you know.
See, I'm so crazy about my screen being like super clean. That would drive me crazy if anyone touched it. I would just I like my iPad and phone for the touching, but my like laptop, I'm all like,
he is so mad. And he'll be like, "Where's a paper? Give me a paper towel. Wipe your fingers." Boy, my fingers are not that oily. Stop.
Fingerprints.
It just means I'm alive. Gosh.
I just imagine a detective like coming into Becca's apartment and dusting for her fingerprints and not even being able to find any.
They're not here.
Are you sure you live here? Man, why are there no fingerprints anywhere? No, everybody leaves fingerprints. What are you trying to
turn them off?
Nothing. I'm not hiding anything. Oh, that's hilarious. Not because that low key is Monk though. Like the way that he cleans everything. Like
yeah. Not as bad, but yes.
Right.
As you can tell from the dishes.
Man, I don't think people. I've realized why like parents, like one of the first chores they teach you is to wash dishes, because it's legitimately the one chore that gets like harder and harder to do regularly the older you get. It's like, I don't want. It's a lot of work to stand, and y'all probably use dishwashers. I wash by hand. That's a lot of work. I sit there and I'm like, my fingers are wrinkly now. I'm done.
Do you wear gloves?
I like to put
really random,
my music or an audiobook on, and then I will be like, no, I'm sorry, I can't. I am washing the dishes, so I gotta. I can't hear you. I can't take my headphones out because I'm washing dishes and my hands are wet. Sorry, hold on. Go talk to your dad.
I like that. Hey everyone, so I'm guessing Mac is better than PC. Okay, that's debatable.
I don't think so. I just think people have preferences.
Mac is better on Scrivener.
The Mac version of Scrivener.
Right, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's what that's.
But there are programs that work better on PC than Mac.
Right.
So I think it's really just preference.
What you need to do with it, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Or at least new iMacs in different colors and white bezels. I'm not a fan of white bezels, but you have colors. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know there were good colors like that.
Look that up. Nope. No, you're not gonna convince me to get an Apple. No, it's not happening. I'm not gonna go look.
I'll get one and then show you, and you can just
see.
You're like, look, it's so pretty.
See, because all he has to say is he'll pay for it. Because I'm not gonna buy it. But if you buy it, I'm not gonna turn away a computer. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, of course.
But I had to throw my 2 cents in. I'm a PC person. I don't use Apple products at all. I refuse. Yeah, no. I refuse to buy. I definitely refuse to buy them. But I cannot say that I don't love my iPad. I do kind of love the iPad. Mainly because I love using Procreate. Like I love being able to like draw on it and stuff. And I didn't realize how much like I would like that.
Yeah.
But I hate that with new laptops, you can't replace anything except batteries. So when warranty ends, and something breaks. Yeah, that. Yep. But I feel like that's something they've been doing with electronics all the time, where it's like you can't replace what you have. You just have to get a brand new one, and I hate that. Yeah. Like I hate that because like I'm the type of person like I'll keep a phone for a long time. Yeah. Like I don't need to replace my phone every year.
And it didn't used to be that way. You could just like I remember, you know, I would get like the when I had the older I think it was an iBook or whatever. And you just, if the battery ran out, you just bought a new one.
Bought a new battery.
Right. Yeah. And it was not a big deal. And they weren't even that much. They were like, I mean, they're still a lot. They're like $50. But compared to what they would charge a new computer, exactly. It's like I'll pay the $50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, not anymore.
Right. Oh, and these computers ain't cheap. No. They not. I've used Apple products, but I don't think I can justify paying for new ones. Yeah, that's something else I've heard. There's like a lot of people I know that have Apple computers and stuff they've had for a while. It's not like they've gotten a new computer in the last.
They do last a while, which
they last a long time,
right? Which is really great.
Hi.
Hey there. How are you?
How are you, Blake? I'm tired.
It is so fine.
How early is it for you right now?
It's 5:30 at the moment.
God. Oh,
goodness.
You can definitely catch some more Z's. I'm totally okay with that. I was up at 5:30 this morning and I was like, okay, wake up. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Tash. I have a YouTube channel on, oh my gosh, I'm waking up, sorry. My YouTube channel is Truly Tash. I make videos on writing and journaling. Yeah, thanks for having me, Cache, and everyone else, hi.
Hi. Y'all, this is love and support right here, because, you know, 5:30 in the morning is early.
Oh my goodness.
You know, heart, right? Appreciate you so much. Jaria says, see, this is where I'm at. I've got the phone and the watch, and if I get the laptop, Apple will be getting all of my money forevermore.
No, that's where I'm at.
I love it. I love it. Laura says, right now I'm compiling all my micro, flash, and short horror stories into a collection of 211 pages. How long are collections from a single author usually?
Ooh,
I don't know.
I don't know page wise.
Yeah.
It does vary. I've read that most like collections have like at least 10 plus pieces though. So that I don't know how much that helps.
I think 211. I think 211 pages though sounds good.
Yeah,
right.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
No kidding.
Like I'm impressed. Oh dang. Oh, if somebody has a bingo board, I'm about to say StreamYard jumped. So you know. Because it did. Sasha, hey, how are you?
Hi, Sasha.
I have a Surface Pro with the touchscreen. It surprisingly stays really clean. Yeah, like I honestly get more like just dust on it than fingerprints.
I don't believe you guys.
You know, and honestly, it could just be the way I'm looking at the screen. I probably tilted it and like fingerprints all over, and I just can't see it. So I'm not even gonna hold you to that one. Like, you're probably right, Becca. You are probably right. We live in an RV and no dishwasher.
Yeah, see, we lived in an RV for, we still have our RV, but we moved to an apartment. But we, there's no dishwasher in an RV.
Yeah, you just in there, right, man? And
the only thing is you're not using as many dishes, so it's not, at least it doesn't pile up as much.
Yeah. I just hate when I like get to the point where it's like, am I really just washing out these dishes to cook and make me something to eat and not just finishing all the dishes because I just want to eat right now? Yes, I am. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm doing. All right, y'all. I have our first official question.
Oh.
What's the last book you read that you couldn't stop gushing about?
Ooh.
Well, mine was, I know it was a while ago, but the last book that I read that couldn't stop gushing about was, I'd say, the whole Broken Earth trilogy.
Ooh.
And it took me a while before I could talk about it because I was so emotional even thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because I remember when you texted me afterwards and you're like, oh my gosh, we can talk about it now. I'm like, I just
I hope I can.
I can't even think about it without crying. So that was, but then like, you know, the floodgates came when it's like, when I could actually talk about it, like that's how emotional it made me because I couldn't even think about thinking about it without crying. Like, and I just hadn't read a book like that in a really long time. And to be fair, it's all 3 books. The first book I would say is my favorite because it was the first, it's what got me into it. And like, it was just such a mind. Oh my God. I loved, I mean, again, I could gush forever on this one, but the 3 together and that ending, it crushed me, but it was so freaking beautiful. And it just, yeah. So I've read books since then and I've liked them, but not to that, not even close to that degree.
Yeah, I would have to say that like when I read it, I felt the same way. And then I read her first trilogy, and I was like, "Why did she do this?" Now I don't know which one's better. I don't know which one I like more. It's Thursday. I like this one more. It's Friday. I like that one. And I was like, I don't know. But besides the one that I finished today that I can't stop gushing about, the most recent one was Ray Bearer by Jordan Ifueko. Oh my God. Like the way she started it, like the first chapter had me like, how do you start? This is a children's book? How do you start? And not like it was like it was explicit or nothing, but it's like, oh my God, how do you say this? Where is this going? And I was like enveloped in it, and I went through it. I was doing the audiobook. I went through it so fast. It was another one of those books that like I didn't finish the book and I bought the copy. Like I was in the middle of reading the book and I was like, okay, Amazon, let's order this book because it's amazing.
Where do I sign?
And she's the reason I have a NetGalley account because I was like, I have to get the Redemptor arc, and I didn't get it, but I still got a NetGalley account because of her. What about y'all?
I'd actually say the last book I read, which was Geraldine's Alley by Becca.
But you didn't gush about it.
Well, I did, yeah.
Becca said, wait, hold on.
I mean, what's official gushing though, right?
Just kidding.
Well,
no, I
think if you just say you like it, and that to me, that's good enough. Like I'll be like, yeah, it's not as gushing.
I think Michael has a little bit. There was, I can't remember what live stream it was, but he was reading it and he was talking about how good it was. Okay,
yeah,
so there's a little bit of gushing.
So I'm on the record, right, Tash?
Come on, speak up for your fellow co-hosts. Yay! It's like, now wait a minute, I saw. No, Geraldine's Alley was good though. Like it was one of those books where I was like, I was
seriously impressed by it.
Yeah, no, I definitely loved it. Especially because like I was like behind the scenes getting like all the messages and getting done, and I was like,
you got the first draft, yeah.
And I just read the book, like I just want to. And then once I read it, I was like, Becca, this is great. Like, so yeah, no, I feel that.
Thank you. I hate compliments.
I've been reading a lot of middle grade lately because I am writing middle grade, and I wanted to just kind of get more in the headspace of what middle grade is now, because it changes so quickly and it's changed so much from the last time I picked it up. And one of the ones that got me where I was like, oh, I need to own this was it's called Hour of the Bees by Lindsay Eager. And it was, I mean, it's for it's for middle grade audience, and it is for middle grade. The character is very much a middle grade age protagonist, and I sobbed and sobbed.
Oh, wow.
It was beautiful. I couldn't. I can't. This is me gushing. Is when I can't finish a sentence. I'm like, It was lovely.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, what was that called again?
It's called Hour of the Bees by Lindsay Eager.
I feel like I've heard
Even the title sounds like I would cry.
Yeah. It's about a little girl whose family goes to stay with her grandfather, who lives in New Mexico, on this ranch that is all dried up, and the grandfather, they're trying to get the grandfather to move into a retirement facility. And I don't want to say any more than that.
Right. Oh.
But it's beautiful. It's magical. It broke my heart. And yeah, it's for middle grade, and but it's one of those stories that I think should be talked about a lot more by kids and adults.
So I totally had somebody knock at my door. What was the name of that book?
Hour of the Bees.
Hour of the Bees. Okay.
It's lovely.
I think for me, the last book that, well, I didn't really gush about, I guess, but I was so excited, like, give me the next one, like, that's how I was feeling, was These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong.
Yeah.
It's set in, like, 1920s Shanghai, and it's all about, well, it's sort of like a Romeo and Juliet retelling, but it's like got its own twist to it, and like all these things happen. It's got a bit of I wouldn't say supernatural elements, but it's got like a little twist to it, and just the whole setting and the way she wrote it, and it's just like you get so immersed in it. And yeah, finding out like towards the end there's going to be a second book, I was like, I need this right now in my life. Where is this book?
Exciting.
Yeah, it was really, really good. I highly recommend it.
I can't believe nobody had used that title. It's such a good title.
Like, I love Westworld. And so that's where, like, I heard that quote, These Violent Delights, from Westworld. So that's what made me want to read it. But then somebody said it's a Romeo and Juliet retelling. I was like, But, like, when you talk about it now, I'm like, okay.
It's good.
This sounds more interesting than, like, what I had heard. Okay.
Yeah, because usually I wouldn't, like, read that kind of thing because, I don't know, I need more than just romance. But, like,
yeah.
When you like pick it up, you'll see how it's completely different, and you'll enjoy it.
Okay,
it's really good.
I'm gonna look that. You know, we got the Libby app going over here. I'm gonna look to see if I can audio book that one. Okay, Lauren, I've heard of this one. I've heard of people saying it. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I mentioned I should stream at least once a month. All right. What is it about? I don't know what it's about, but I've heard.
I think Kate and Jess did a book club stream on it.
I think they did too.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're both as well.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking, you said?
It's gonna make you cry.
Okay. So some of these I'm gonna have to put in order. You can't have a bunch of make you cry books at the beginning.
I know.
All right, this year, Crooked Kingdom. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Crooked Kingdom. Is that Lee Bardugo? Is that who that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I read them 3 years ago. Nothing has topped them. Okay. Michael, making sure we know. I appreciate it. I think my current read, The Witch King by H.E. Edgman, will be that. I'm excited. I think it's cool, like when you're in the middle of a book and you know, like, you're going to, because that's how I felt with the other Black girl. Like, since I've been reading it, like I was like, yo.
Yeah.
And I told Becca, I was like,
I
there's
know,
a
I already bought it.
plays around with this, and I wanna talk about it, but I can't because it's got so many different things. And Tash was like, yes, I want to read it. And I'm like, okay, I gotta wait. I can't say nothing else. They just gotta read it. They just gotta read it. He says, I haven't been reading much lately, but I saw a panel with Angeline Boulay. I feel like I was there because I feel like that name sounds familiar on it. And she read an extract of The Firekeeper's Daughter. And I haven't been so excited to read a book in a long time.
Ooh.
Okay. What is it about? Severance by Ling Ma. Ooh, what's that about? I love one-word titles. I think one-word titles are like, I think it's like up here, right? Because you have to pick a really good word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like it's a super bold, like ambitious move whenever I see one. So I'm always like, man, you had to have like some monkey balls to do that. Like, you were like, this is what I'm going for. Okay, Ian. Oh, I thought you were going to sleep. I'll have to come back to this stream tomorrow and write all those book titles down. I know, right?
Yeah.
I love asking this question because that's what I do. Like the week after, like I went through, I'll go back and write down the titles. Evelyn Hugo is about a Hollywood starlet from the 1950s telling a writer about her life, why she was married so many times, and who the true love of her life was. I read it twice this year alone. Oh, wow. I am intrigued. It's been a while, but I really enjoyed the Hate You Give. Ooh, okay. Was that for the PW book show? Yes. She pitched The Firekeeper's Daughters as Nancy Drew, but Native Girls on a Reservation. Yes. Yeah. That was. For Farrah Roshan's The Boyfriend Project, if only because I was still weeding my way through figuring out my style of romance writing when I first read it. And her style is what I aspire mine to be like. I love that. So now that gives me a question that I didn't have a banner for, but I'm curious to you guys. Is there an author who you aspired to be like when you first started writing? And is that the same person now? And if not, who is the new person? It's a lot. So go ahead and think about it.
Oh no.
I think I can sort of give an impulsive answer at least.
Okay.
For me, I think I separate my writing from my reading in some kind of profound way, because when I read what I think is a really good book, I just love it and I love it and I talk about it and everything. I reread it or whatever, but I don't aspire to like sort of capturing that tone or anything like that in my own writing, because in my mind I sort of think like I don't want to be a copycat or something. Like I don't want to maybe I have like a bit of an insecurity about being original or something like that, so I don't want to say, oh, I'm just whatever, like really, really inspired by this writer's style. So yeah, I think I really just try to have my own style in my writing, maybe even to a little bit of a point of paranoia or something, like I'm just like almost irrational, I'd say, about just kind of like telling myself, okay, this is my story, I'm going to write it my way with my tone and style, etc. Yeah. But then, when I'm reading, it's different, right? Because then I'm just gushing and admiring other writers and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of true, because it's like, I would say my favorite authors have changed. Yeah. But I don't know if I ever truly wanted to write like them. Well, because just insecurity-wise, I don't think I could. Like growing up, my favorite author was Terry Brooks. And I was obsessed, like he came out with a book a year. I met him when I was a kid, like it was like a big deal. And then, but I don't think I ever tried to write like him. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I just was obsessed with his books. And then now I would say N.K. Jemisin, but I don't think I will ever reach an ounce of her talent, So it's like, I don't think that I would ever like be in that category Like I would put myself more in like, which is fine. Like I'm not trying to like put myself down or anything. I just think that there are some authors that are in a category of their own, you know, like they just, I mean, just another world, you know what I mean? And so and that's totally amazing. I don't think I will ever be that writer, but I still think, you know, I'm a good writer. Like, you know, like I still like telling stories in the way that I like telling stories. But I don't know if I ever try to, like Michael was saying, I don't know if I ever try to sound like anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I may, like, I may pick up things, you know what I mean, from like other authors that like, you know, that I read a lot of, you know, I may pick up a few things and like, and it, you know, if someone's reading it, they're like, you know, that kind of sounds like, you know, I don't know. I'm not trying to, but it's possible. But yeah, so yeah, that's an interesting question because in terms of fandom, it's changed. Like I can't even read a Terry Brooks book anymore. And he was like I said, I was obsessed. I loved every book. And now I can't even get through them because they all sound the same to me. Like it's almost like he keeps repeating the same book over and over, just changes the characters. And it's just boring. I can't even get through it. You know, so I think your tastes change as you get older too. So I don't know. It's interesting.
Right? Like I was like, I thought this would be a good question.
Yeah.
I'll answer. I see y'all
trying to figure out who goes next.
Y'all are fine. So I definitely agree with you guys. So I think for me, it was more so I wanted to evoke in readers what those books made me feel. True. So that has more been my like aspired to. So like when I was a kid, it was Anna Martin, Babysitter's Club, and Mildred D. Taylor. And for me, it was I want to write a book about a group of Black friends like this, right? Like, so like, because it was like, it took a while. And then there was like one Black babysitter. And I was like, I love these, but they don't like feel like me. So I was like, I just want to make people feel like this made me feel because I love the books. I watched the show. I like at the movies. Y'all, super huge freaking Babysitter's Club friend. Y'all have no idea. Like there are over 4 different series in the series, and I had almost every book in each one. That was like how much I love those books. And so then I get older, and it's like, oh, okay, I like Frank Peretti, and Frank Peretti is a Christian fiction author, and he writes what is essentially like supernatural horror, and that was like my first like way getting into that, and I was like, he wrote a book and he made a metaphor last an entire novel. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to have something that you don't know what I'm talking about until the end of the book, but you're like, this represents this. And I just want your head to explode. Like, that's what I wanted. And then I read N.K. Jemisin and I was like, yo, if I can sit here having people shouting and like feeling all types of feels and being like, yes. And the number one thing was after I read the 5th season, I was like, I want to write a book where I have white people reading it and rooting for Black people without even realizing that's what they're doing. And that was like the line for me. Like when I saw it, I was like, she transcended what you think, because if you're not paying attention, that's exactly what you're doing. And there's a lot of people who like didn't realize that. Like I read so many like think pieces about people who like, I didn't realize they had anything to do with Black people. Weird. And I was like, it seems so like
it's right in the description.
I don't understand how you missed it, but okay. But I just, and when I saw that, I was like, no, she really did. She really had people not even getting the parallels into our real, like it was a really new world for them, a different like far off thing. And I was like, I want to have that ability. So like you guys, it's like, I don't want to copy them. Right. I don't want to take their style, but I would like for my words to make somebody feel how their words made me feel.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Are y'all still looking off from the camera?
No, I can go. So I approached when you first asked the question, the person that came to mind is not necessarily, again, someone that I would want to write in the style of necessarily, even though I do respect and enjoy reading their work. But I was thinking more like the career that they have. And so that person would be Neil Gaiman, because he has somehow convinced everyone that it's totally fine and not weird at all to jump from middle grade to adults to comic books to TV shows to he can write pretty much whatever he wants and nobody questions it. Like, well, wouldn't it be better for your brand if you stuck in this genre? He's allowed to write. This is the story that I felt like writing right now, and it best suits a middle grade audience. So I'm going to write Coraline. This is the book that I would like to write now, and it is an adult fantasy about, you know, a world on the other side of a wall, and then he's going to write Sandman, and he was allowed to do so many things, and still is in his career. And is never tied down to, even though he mostly does fantasy, he's never tied down to an age category or like this is where you're supposed to be. And as a person who likes to write songs and picture books and adult novels and middle grade novels, I would very much like it if people would also want to read those things and listen to those things. Yeah. So
I love that perspective.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I think you have to get to a certain level before. But honestly, yeah, he kind of like. I mean, other authors do it, and but it's just he kind of has. He's just so unique anyway. Like his stories and the way he says that it's like it's almost like I think people would be too scared to even say no. You know what I mean? Like, he's a genius. It's okay. It's good. You know? Right. I want to do this. Okay, great. That sounds great. You know, for them, it's just like, whatever he does, he's going to be making
money. But I feel like for a long time, he was allowed, like, even before he was Neil Gaiman, as we know him today, he was still allowed to take a lot of risks that agents and other authors are like, now remember, when your debut novel comes out, you're gonna need to make sure you have a couple other ideas that are in the same vein, or the people who read your book
more standard
aren't gonna want to come jump with you when you try something new, which is weird because musicians are allowed to have side projects and try different styles of music. Maybe they don't go under their same name, but they're allowed to try other things. But it seems like with authors, once you have something that works, you got to stick with what works for a long time before, unless you do a pen name. And I just feel like that would be exhausting.
If you indie publish, you can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want. That's right.
No, I didn't think about that like until you started saying that, how often it is. Like most of my authors, favorite authors, they all stick with one genre, one category of writing. They don't really step out of it. I know one of mine, Elizabeth Acevedo, she sold her first adult book, so she has an adult book coming out. But up until now, everything has been YA and contemporary. And Kay did The City We Became, and it's more like urban fantasy, contemporary fantasy, because it's set like in the real world. So that's a little step out of what she does, but it's still, you know what I mean? Like it's still just a little bit different. But I know, the 5th season gave her away, and nobody questioning what she's doing now. Like,
she does comic books as well now. So.
Right, she has comic books too, And she just announced she's writing the adaptation for the 5th season for Sony.
Yeah. I have to read it now.
Oh, you mean you writing it? We not letting nobody else touch it? Oh, I'm already excited because you know that means we're not gonna get stuff left out that don't need to be left out. I'm excited.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on who the showrunner is.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you?
So I think I mostly agree with Ashley as well. I don't really have like a set author that, you know, I want to write like, but I would like to, you know, have that flexibility in my author career, and also write the type of story where people want, like, you know, a long series or something. So I've always admired authors who like could tell like a, I don't know, 5 book, 7 book series and keep the story going and build that fandom. And I think that's really awesome. And yeah, I think that'd be really cool to have. Even like the authors who have gotten their, you know, their books made into shows and movies, and it's like all those kinds of things. It's like, wow, it's like you wrote this awesome book, and then, you know, you get to tell it in a different way now, and reach like a different audience. And I just, yeah, I think that's really awesome. And yeah, would love to have that hopefully one day.
Yes.
So we got comments, but like I'm gonna put this question up. It's out of order now. But what you said prompts this question. Do visual adaptations ruin or enhance books?
Oh, that's totally subjective.
Right.
Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Yeah.
Because like, so for me, I feel like I usually prefer television adaptations to movie adaptations. Usually movie adaptations, huh?
It depends.
Right, yeah. No,
I like Shawshank Redemption, and it's like, that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Right. So for me, it's like usually I like the television more than the movie. More times than not, I like Shawshank Redemption is one of my favorite all-time favorite movies.
Right?
It's amazing. But it also was a short story and not a novel, and I feel like that's what made it better as a movie.
Dang, that novel had Stand By Me in it, The Body. Yeah. It had Shawshank Redemption.
It had a lot.
It had, it was 4, and it had Apt Pupil, which the movie wasn't that good. And then I think the other one was Langoliers, which was horrible. That was TV. So it shows you that, like, I'm sure all 4 are fine, you know, the actual short stories, but like you said, it's like depending on who made it.
Right.
Like it can go from Academy Award winning to utter crap like the Langoliers, you know, where people watch it as a joke, you know, and it's all in the same book. So yeah, you're right. It totally depends on
I definitely feel like it depends. I feel like I don't necessarily, and I know that I used to be I hate movies. Like I hate movie adaptations, period. Like I always be like, they always ruin it. They always make me like, I always want to go read the book because I'm mad that I watched the movie and I wish I would never did it. Like, and I'm one of those people, I very rarely read the book and then watch the movie. Okay. Like if I've read it, I very rarely will go watch the movie because I'm scared you're gonna ruin it for me. Okay. And then I'm gonna be mad. And so television, I'm usually, because like I've learned that in television it's a little bit more forgiving because they have more time to like do things and stuff. But I was curious what you guys thought, especially since Tad.
The only thing I'll add is I'll always want to read the book first and then see the adaptation. Because somehow for me like somehow that never spoils anything or makes me think badly on anything. But if it's the other way around, say like I see the movie first and then I read the book, then there's actually some potential for, you know, like something I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think sometimes a movie can be done really well if the author is on board and like if they're trying to because nobody is going to be completely happy with what they're doing with a movie, right? Because you're telling a story that you read over 6 to 8 hours in 90 minutes. So there are going to be things that are left out. There are things they're not going to be able to explain. There are entire characters that they may have to condense into a single character or leave out completely. But I think if the author is there trying to make sure that the heart of the story is there, I don't know if they necessarily ruin or enhance. I think you have to kind of take them as their own thing.
Yeah.
For them to be for a film adaptation to be enjoyed is to remember that it's a very different medium that you're experiencing the story in. And every time a movie comes out with that is a novel adaptation, more people are going to read a book. Maybe they like it, and maybe they pick up more books. So in that way, I think they enhance the books in that they're getting more people to maybe become readers.
Yeah,
right.
True.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. What?
Oh, I was just gonna say, people really don't Google something until it's a movie or a show.
Or you hear about the deal or whatever.
Yeah. They Google movies and shows. They don't Google books, sadly.
I mean, although I do feel like that's kind of shifting a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, and then there are cases where the movies or the TV show is way better than the books.
Oh, right.
Like it just blows them out of the water. Like you don't even want to read the book anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and so I really think it depends. It really is about the writer and the like even something like William Goldman, who was great. It was great at books and great at movies. Like he took his book, which is radically different, Princess Bride, and turned it into something different, which is just as magical and amazing as a movie. But I prefer the movie way more than the book, even though it's the same author. You know what I mean? Like he was, because he was a great screenwriter as well as a great author. So it's like, I love the book. Like, it's just different. It's so different because he's playing himself, and he's like, you know, that he's a screenwriter trying to find this book that his grandpa found him. And it's like, it's just different. He's dealing with agents and managers in Hollywood. And that is not the movie, as we know, because it's about grandpa and his grandson. And to me, that is a better story. But he still wrote both. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm going to tell my story in a different way. You know, and it's like, oh, I love that you did that. You just turned your own story into a different way of telling the same story. So so it's so interesting. Like,
I do prefer those. I prefer the movies that are the same story of the book, but a different story, if that makes sense. Kind of like, remember when remixes used to be completely different songs? Like, they'd have the same lyrics, but the beat would be different. The way that they would transition would be different. So you'd get a different experience. Like, I like that. I like that.
It can be really fun. Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Good analogy.
Right. So we got behind on the comments. Let me try to catch up. Patty says, honestly, it's better if I don't tell you. I picked it up blind, and I'm so glad I did. It surprised me so much. It's her debut novel. Man, this has been a good debut year. Like, the stuff I've read this year so far out of debuts have been really good. Sherry says, I wanted to be, I'm sorry in advance for butchering this name, Jhumpa Lahiri. When I first started, I don't know if this is a he or a she or a they, but what did they write? I'm curious,
not sure,
because I've never heard this name, but I'm definitely curious now.
The Namesake.
The Namesake is the book?
That is a book that was written by that author. The Namesake.
I love how you
that book.
try to say the name, because that was that is the name of the book written by that author.
I'm pretty confident about the last name. I think it is Jhumpa Lahiri. But if I'm wrong, please educate me so that I can do it better.
We do not want to be disrespectful.
I have heard the name before.
Okay. Awesome.
I know that the main character is named Gogol after the Russian author. And then at some point anyway, it is a great book.
It's a great book. Okay. I'm definitely going to think. Okay. So I got Severance by Ling Ma, and I have The Namesake by Miss JL. That's what we're going to call it for right now. I'm not going to be disrespectful. Lauren said, I want it to be Becky Albertalli. I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah. When I started, but I don't write YA anymore. Okay. What book by her? I don't think I've ever heard of her either.
She wrote The Upside of Unrequited, Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, several collaborations with...
I've heard the Simon
Yeah, that's Love, Simon is the movie
Love,
that
Simon.
made.
Okay.
And also Love, Victor, which is a television show, I think.
A television show. Okay, got you.
Yeah, those are her.
Jabria said non-romance though is either Jason Reynolds' Long Way Down or Kwame Mbalia's Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky. I want to read both of those. I have been watching like lives on Instagram with Jason Reynolds, and just like his whole vibe and the way that he like speaks on things is so super dope.
Mm-hmm.
Arthur JC says, when I started writing, I think I lean more to one to write like Terry McMillan or even Toni Morrison one day. But I'm totally on the mystery train now, so more J.D. Robb and James Patterson. Have you read Attica Locke, Arthur JC? She's a Black mystery writer, and she has 4 traditionally published books under her belt. I'm reading my 3rd Attica Locke book now, Heaven My Home, but I love it. And the first one I read was a female main character, and then the last 2 I read have both had male main characters. So she definitely diversifies it. So storytelling with E.L. Drayton. Hello. I've always wanted to be like Agatha Christie and write mysteries, but I'm a fantasy writer, and in a way, I'm trying to infuse a Christie-style mystery into my fantasy world. Question, are there like fantasy mysteries? Like, I imagine that there are, but I don't feel like I hear about them.
Yeah, that's interesting.
If there aren't, there should be. Somebody write that. Add that to your list of ideas.
Right, because think about it, like, I can't name one, but like the closest thing I can think of is like the witchy cozy mysteries I've seen. But like that's not even, exactly the same thing.
Yeah, that's a good point, Shay.
My current work in progress does have a mystery thread in it, like a plot thread. And it does have, it is like fantasy, like a little bit. That's my Western. It's a whole mash of genres basically at this point. But I'm really excited for it. So yeah, there is mystery in there. So we'll see how that goes.
Gosh, you're going to start a whole new genre.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We're going to call it. It's going to be called the Truly Tash genre.
Yeah. We're all going to be on that genre train. Sarah says, I aspire to write characters like Lee Bardugo and Rick Riordan. Is it right? Is that how you say it?
Messy, complicated, wonderful characters.
I don't be knowing Becca. I be trying.
I always get it wrong, so you should never listen to me.
I'm with you on washing dishes. Hands down, my least favorite will go to great lengths to avoid, right? So I had never heard of this author until the other day. The Bookish Realm, Ashley from the Bookish Realm, it was doing a live stream, and they're like reading the series, and so they were discussing Tamora Pierce. But it was my first time hearing about her. But I'm truly intrigued to start reading her. I want to say she wrote in the 80s. It's who I wanted to write like for the first years of my writing life, but now I have an ever-growing list of authors I aspire to be comparable to. Nice. I want to say that as a starting author, I wanted to be on Tamora Pierce's level more so than someone like J.K. Rowling. This is 2013, so past. Just because she has such a unique style, was able to live on her writing money fairly soon after she got started and had a good following, but didn't blow up right away. Okay. Babysitters Club, yes, all this. Y'all, I was like a dash of everybody. Like I tried to start my own Babysitters Club. It did not work as well as it made it seem that it would. Like, first of all, it's a lot harder to get your own telephone line when you in the 90s than they made it seem like. Because they had their own dedicated phone line. Let's start there.
Mm-hmm.
And Jabria said, the first author I admired without realizing I admired was Mildred B. Taylor. The Roses Under Him Are Cries, the book I still have on my bookshelf, and my early MCs are directly based on Cassie Logan. So I have this childhood nickname thing that me and my best friend came from, and the character's name comes from Cassie Logan because like how much like I loved that author. Kay says, O'Shea, in regards to the Babysitters Club, given how the most recent stories turned out and given that Anna Martin was closeted at the time, I get the impression she wanted to be more diverse. I did not realize that. Interesting. I haven't seen the recent ones because they look like comic books, and that was just like I can't do that. Like I mean, you new generation, y'all can have it. I don't want to look at comic book versions of Christie and all of them. Once I settled into writing romance, I found myself gravitating back to my grandma's Beverly Jenkins books, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna put Black love like this on the page. Yes, I love it. I love it. The Namesake, I saw my family represented in the story and her books, the immigration journey having a foot in both East and West culture. I love it. I love it. Oh, that StreamYard jumped. Okay. Neil Gaiman's style and distinctive prose is so vivid and a part of his brand that if you say Neil Gaiman, you know what you're going to be getting into. So I've only read one book, but it was the Anansi Boys, and I loved it. And so like I have other ones of his that I want to read, but like that one was like, you did a really great job. Like I really like this story. Gavin's career is also a lot longer than people realize. I'm 29 on Thursday, and he's been writing for longer than I've been alive. He also admits that he lied on his resume to get started, which he admits he could do because it was the late 80s and no one could verify it. Right?
Yeah.
So
Internet.
Right. So much harder to do that now. Casey said it depends on how they try to adapt things. If the adaptation tries to capture the spirit of the thing rather than the letter, as in every single word seen, then they do better. Yeah. I can agree with that. I resonate with the Neil Gaiman reference. We are storytellers. Our imaginations and worlds are so vast. I love it. Yeah. Yes, Shawshank Redemption is the most amazing movie. I could watch it dozens of times and never get tired.
I know. I think I've seen it like 150
yeah,
times.
Definitely. My boyfriend was like, I actually
got to go to the premiere. Did I tell you that?
No, what?
I got to go to the premiere. I was living in LA, and my friend was they were called seat filler because when they have a premiere, and if they want the actors to feel like, you know, that was back when they did like something like a Shawshank Redemption wouldn't get a huge, you know, everyone coming. Right. So, so my friend was in charge of that. So he literally called me and he's all like, "They need seat filler. They need seat filler. You want to come see it?" I'm like, "Yeah." So, and I didn't even know. I just seen the trailer, and so I like drove down to Beverly Hills, and it was at like the Writers Guild Theater or whatever, and I got to sit next to I think it was Bill Paxton, or not Bill Paxton, Bill Sadler. Sorry, William Sadler. And so the whole movie, and it was like everyone was there. And I remember, oh my God, okay, because we had to like walk behind the red carpet because obviously seat filler doesn't get to go down the red carpet. And but I remember I literally stopped in my tracks when I saw Morgan Freeman because he had like this intense presence that like, and you could tell everyone else felt that way too. Like you're just like, you literally like, it's like you would stop. Like he just had this like aura about him where he just emanated like charm and power and like oh my God, it was amazing. And then yeah, I just remember like it was like my first LA experience, and so then it probably made the movie even more special to me because I'm like, this is the best movie.
Right. For sure.
That's an amazing story.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I've definitely seen it like a bunch of times, and like my boyfriend was like, so I don't want to say that this movie is low-key depressing and it's low-key kind of creepy how you like to watch it because it's sad for a lot longer than it's happy is all.
I know, that's interesting.
And I was like, I know, but it's just such a good story.
Like hope, you know?
Right? And the fact that he wouldn't give up, like it just means something, okay? And he's like, all right. But that's also why I held so much hope out for the season 2 of Castle Rock, because the guy who plays Andy Dufresne became a main character in the second season of Castle Rock. Yeah, so they brought so in the first season of Castle Rock, one of the main adult characters is the lady who played Carrie in the original movie. And so in season 2, they bring Andy Dufresne, the man Tim Robbins who played him, into it, and he's like older, and he's adopted these 2 black kids, and he's like raised them, and like it. I was so happy and so upset with Castle Rock, like it was so many different things, but it was one of those things that I liked because they used characters and places from Stephen King's world, but created all new storylines. And like it was like what you were saying with the 2 different things, like it made it more enjoyable because you weren't sticking to these rules of who these people were in the story. So
yeah, that's so cool. I love that.
Lauren said, if it's a good adaptation, it enhances it. If it's bad, then it can turn me off something for a long time. PJO. What's PJO?
PJO.
Yeah, I don't know nothing.
Is it Percy Jackson Olympians?
Oh, look at you!
That was that adaptation. I mean, it would definitely.
Yeah.
But now they're doing the show, the TV show that like you were saying that the actual author is involved with. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping, I'm crossing my fingers for that one because it potentially could be amazing.
Well, because when they did the Series of Unfortunate Events movie, it was awful, and then they did the show, and the show was actually pretty good. And they did do things that weren't in the book, so it was still like its own storyline, its own thing. So, like, I could appreciate it for what it was.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes TV can get it better because they have more time.
Yeah,
right, for sure. Oh, that's a tough one. Books are greater than movies by nature, but when properly done, a visual adaptation can send a book through the roof. Yeah. Thoroughly agree with that.
Agreed.
I always try to read the book first. Yeah, see, I'm like, let me just go ahead and like watch it so you don't ruin it, and I'm not mad. And then I'll be like, oh, the author did that. I see why you wanted to turn it into a movie. Like, I'd rather have that moment. They did a really good job with the Lovely Bones movie.
Yeah, they did.
So here's the thing. The Lovely Bones movie wrecked my soul. And I bought the book because I knew I was going to see the movie. And I was like, okay, I'll read it afterwards. And then I watched the movie and I was like, I can't read this. I can't read that. Like,
I'll be reading that.
I'll be curled up in a ball crying somewhere. Like, no. No, that movie wrecked me. Man. Y'all just don't know. Interview with the Vampire is a good novel adaptation. I don't think I've ever seen that. Is that on something that we can watch? Like, is that like streaming available, or is it like I'd have to like find it? Depends. If this counts, I do have a dislike of people on the cover of books. I like to imagine myself. See, so that was the other reason why I asked, does it ruin or enhance it?
Because you get the movie cover as the book cover now.
Right. I don't like that at all. I don't like that.
But I don't like it when they put the forever sticker that says now a Netflix special or whatever. And but it's like
major motion permanent picture or I hate that. But that is the thing about the books. Like, once you have a visual for it, now how you imagine the characters or what they look like to you kind of doesn't exist in the same thing. So that was another reason that made me wonder what you guys had thought about that. Valerie said, overall, I feel the visual adaptation enhances the book because it can reach audiences that haven't read the book and can introduce it to new readers. Right, exactly what Ashley was saying. If I have read the book, I don't mind seeing the movie, and I realize there's no way to capture every detail from a book in a 2-hour movie. But if I see the movie first, I don't go back and read the book. Like, I've heard the show Pretty Little Liars is so far from how the books were that now that I've seen the show and loved it so much, I can't bring myself to read the books. They might ruin the show. So I started the books, and outside of the ages of the characters, because the age
children,
they're middle schoolers in the books. And,
really?
Right. Yeah, they're babies.
That greatly changes
the story. That's crazy.
That greatly changes the story.
That extremely changes.
So it makes sense that they aged everybody up. But also in the show lasted way longer than the books. Like, the show kept like, let's just keep making this. So they're vastly different from each other. Like, it would be two completely different experiences, like what Becca was saying. Like, they're not at all the same. And I love the show up until I was like, yo, only so many people can be y'all. Like, I'm tired of this. Why y'all letting these invisible people stalk y'all for real? Like, I just got so many questions. It was too much. I love comparing all the different adaptations of Jane Eyre. Now that I think is interesting, and I am always intrigued by like the many adaptations for things, or like even like the multiple retellings of like one story, how like you can change it so many times. Like, those are always intriguing to me.
So excited! Namesake is being shown love on the stream and is my favorite.
I call my parents sobbing after reading it, thanking them for their sacrifices. Man, ain't that it? Bruh, like, no lie, I finished The Other Black Girl today, and I wanted to call my grandma and be like, thank you. Because, like, so much of the story, it does depend on, like, how your parents raised you and the things that you were taught and the things that you see and things like that. And it's like, man, because when you're a kid, you don't think about all the things that your parents do. You know what I mean? Like, they're your parents. They just do it, right?
Yeah, I think this might be the comment of the stream.
Right, for real, for real. Oh, you're fine, Maggie. You're fine. Hi. I'm writing that name down. Say, you're welcome. You're welcome. And Lauren says, and actually, you know how I feel about Upside of Unrequited.
This is so good.
I'm definitely gonna be checking these authors out, though. Hi, Angel Ree. I hope you are having a great day. It has been a while. Valerie says, I would say that most of Simon Green's books are both fantasy and mystery. Okay. I have to look him up. I don't think I've read anything of his.
But there's going to be a truly Tash genre, and that's the story I'm sticking to.
That's right.
Hannity says, my work in progress has mystery, fantasy, and science fiction. Ooh, I love it. I love it. Tamora Pierce has crime procedurals and fantasy worlds, as does Terry Pratchett and Lee Bardugo's books, kind of. Fall into that. I think I haven't had the pleasure of reading her yet. Oh, okay, got you. Okay, it jumps. Dang, we was far behind y'all. I'm gonna get faster and reading, I swear. Jabria says, as someone who read the books while watching the series, I can 100% say that Disney did not do Pretty Little Liars justice, and I'm still upset by it. Okay, yeah, because that was part of what got me off. I was like, I don't like the children. But yeah, Disney and middle schoolers creeps me out. And then I was telling my best friend, and she was like, well, Cache, I'm not gonna lie, like, this isn't that far-fetched from what middle schoolers are doing. I was like, no, I don't want kids. No, nah, I go crazy. What? You don't even know how to spell? I know the whole little thing. Because, like, in the house I grew up in, like, you couldn't do stuff if you couldn't spell it. Like, so that was my grandma's rule. Like, hey, can you spell it? Then don't do it. And that was her thing. I meant the new TV series. They're doing a series of graphic novel adaptation, though. Oh, wow. There's a Babysitter Club TV show? Yeah. Where is that? Let me know.
Did they do it on Netflix?
I
think so.
Really? I don't
think it might be on
Netflix.
I wouldn't know.
I used to trick or treat in Bill Pullman's neighborhood, and his house had the good chocolate. Man. Speaking of that, I ain't probably gone because I realized this was 9 minutes ago. I'm sorry. I need to sleep in to be functional for my kids tomorrow morning. I'll come back here tomorrow and watch and try to solve Michael's riddles. Have a great finale. We shall. Michael, you can send because I feel like, did you send me the riddles already or just the one?
Oh, I've got them.
I thought I said earlier you could put it in the chat, but my bad if I didn't. I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought I said it out loud.
Did you want me to do that?
Yeah. Bill Pullman seems like the kind of person that would have the good chocolate. Oh yeah, you were right, Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Those movies were something that existed. The new show is definitely more promising. Right. Okay, I absolutely love the Pretty Little Liars show. I think it was excellently done. I know I haven't read the books, but I know the author had a heavy hand in the show. Well, I mean, it would make sense that she was a part of aging it up because, yeah, like, I don't think anybody would have watched middle schoolers going through that. Like, that would have never got no play. I'm seriously going to have to replay this stream for all the book recommendations to add to my list, right? In response to multiple adaptations and retellings, that's why I love fairy tales. There are multiple versions for multiple cultures, and that just fascinates me. I love it.
It's like when people cover songs.
Oh my gosh, man. There's this group and they had some covers and they took them down. And I feel like they took them down because the covers were getting more play than the people's songs, but that's just me. But there's this group called Third Story. Okay. And they did these covers to, one of them was, Out or Style by what's that girl's name?
Taylor.
There we go, Taylor Swift. Y'all know I didn't know it off the top of my head. All right. And then they did what is the other girl's name? Dang. I want to say, what is the name of the song? Okay, I'm trying to think of how they sing it, because they like change up the music and do like rounds in it and do loops while they're live singing and stuff. It's so amazing. And I can't think of the name of this girl's song. I'm gonna think of it and randomly say it out loud in the middle of the stream. Y'all don't mind me when I do it. The movie version of The Piano was much better than the book because the music was so visceral to listen to, but the book was very visual with Ada's journey. I've never heard of this, but I like the sound of that, especially because me and Ashley were talking just about how much music plays a part in movies.
It's a Holocaust film. It's very powerful. It's
oh wow.
Yeah.
You know, this is when you were saying that not that like one, all the movies are hard to watch, but I thought it was a really great movie. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Great movie.
Yeah.
Becca, you're not confusing it with The Pianist, are you?
Oh, am I? Maybe.
The Pianist is the movie about Spielman.
Yeah, with Adrian. What's his
Adrian
name?
Brody? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So that was the movie I was thinking.
What The Piano is.
That was the movie I was thinking of when I saw it. So, but yeah, but
was The Piano the one with Holly Hunter or whatever? Is that
let us know,
I
Maggie.
have to look this up now.
But I did put the first riddle in the chat, just so you know.
Okay, yes, the Netflix on the Babysitters Club series. I was not in. Okay, yeah, I can't see you, Casey, but I'm gonna try. I see. Okay, Netflix got you. Okay, 3 riddles. Pretty Allison's actress was like 12 when the show started. Really? See, because like I remember her when she was really young. She was on an episode of dadgummit, what is House? She was on an episode of House because she had cancer and she wore wigs, and that was the first time I ever seen her character.
Oh,
The Pianist. Okay.
Yeah, I got that one.
The Piano takes place in Australia.
Yeah, that's the one that Anna Paquin won her Oscar for. She was just a kid. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
I haven't heard of it, actually.
I don't think I ever saw The Piano. That's probably why.
I've never seen it. I'm gonna definitely look it up. All right, y'all. Riddle number 1. Everybody ready? Okay. Is the password just boy? She asked him with ease. Oh no, he said quickly, with shake in his knees. You will not guess it if my name is Earl. She knew then and nodded and gave it a whirl. So the question is, what did she know?
Yeah, what's the answer to the riddle?
No idea.
I'm gonna let y'all think on it. We're gonna have another question, so y'all can think on it and answer it when you get it. The piano music is called left-handed because of the way it is played. It is very haunting. Huh. Interesting. Is the answer Pearl?
Oh, that's a guess for the riddle.
Yeah, that's a guess.
No, that's incorrect, unfortunately.
I was about to say, Michael, you know you gotta say unfortunately. That's like your go-to word. You gotta be like, unfortunately.
I could guess though.
But for the next question, what is something you would like to do creatively but haven't put effort towards, and why?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd say drawing.
Yes.
I'd say the visual arts.
I want to draw so. It take a lot of practice, y'all. It is not something you just learn to do overnight.
No, not at all.
My other thing is playing the guitar. Like, I'll do really good for a month and use like an app and practice every day
keep
for
freezing.
a month. Huh?
Oh, I think. Becca's maybe freezing a bit.
If you don't already have it,
Yeah, I keep losing you guys. I keep losing you guys.
Oh no.
You're okay now, but before it was a little choppy.
Yeah, I can see you now. Can you see and hear us, Becca?
Yeah, I can. I just keep losing you sporadically. But yeah, my internet's fine, so I don't know why.
Probably just a bit of a rough patch.
I feel like that was
that was me towards the end of the stream this morning. I couldn't do anything but like type in the chat because my internet was being finicky. But yeah, so for me, it's drawing and the guitar. Like I really want to put more effort towards it. Lazy.
Yeah, Shay. Anya plays the guitar, doesn't she?
I honestly don't remember, so don't get me to saying yeah, and then she'd be like, "Nah, I don't play no guitar." No, I don't know.
Yeah, I wish I could draw too, and I do try, but I don't put as much effort into it as I do writing and sewing.
Yeah, no, Becca has definitely increased my desire to want to be able to sew. And like I have a machine I inherited too. I haven't used it. I can sew by hand, and honestly, I think deep down I'm scared I'm gonna like sew my hand. I know I'm not, but like I'm scared that that's what's gonna happen. And I think it's because like so when I was a kid, we went to the Greenwood Cultural Center and they would have like different like classes and stuff. And one of them, like when you first started learning to sew, they had you like sewing along paper and like on the lines to follow the lines
on graph paper.
My hand got super close and I just was scared and I never tried a machine again. And I just think I haven't let go of that little bitty fear. But I want to. I do want to. The desire is there.
I had to make masks last year, so I learned how to use the sewing machine. So now I want to make a quilt.
Ooh,
see, cool. I think quilts are so dope. I saw one on Pinterest, and it was like this guy's wife had got all his college T-shirts and made it into a big quilt. So like all the different parts from college. I was like, that's great.
We have a child. At least one. Yeah, friends. Friends.
Oh. Other JC says, I've always wanted to get into acting, but the way my stage fright is set up, and because I'm not getting any younger, I think that shit might have sailed already.
I don't know. Judi Dench, I think her first role was when she was like, what, 60 or something like that? And she's won how many Oscars now?
Wow. I did not know that. Wow.
I mean, she was doing theater, I think, but like actual film, TV acting.
Yeah.
I don't think she got her first role. It was something. Even like, what was it? Lucy Liu started, I think, in her 30s.
Wow.
I think also Morgan Freeman had a late start in his.
Yeah, he was on a children's show growing up. I forgot what it was called. Electric Company, I think. I used to watch it, and then suddenly he got into acting, and I'm like, that's the guy from the Electric Company.
Yeah,
like the Electric Company.
That's how I feel when I think about writing. Like I remind myself that N.K. Jemisin was in her mid-30s when she wrote the first duology and got it published. So, and it's like it wasn't even her first; it was her sixth book that really got her there, right? Because she's written 5 before that. Hi. Can you hear us?
Oh, yes, he's grinning real big.
Aw, too cute. Hello.
No. Not on this call.
I'm with you. I want to learn the guitar. Yes. I want to get better with my art, too. Awesome.
No.
Oh, where did it go? Lauren. That was a big jump again. Hi, Ashley. How are you?
Hi, Ashley.
Okay, where did it go? There we go. I was like, this scrolling thing is not working. Lauren says, audiobook narration and production. I just don't have the time. Most of my mental energy that isn't geared toward work and writing has gone toward grad school applications. Sending you all the positive vibes for grad school applications because I've been down that road and I know it is not fun, but you got this and you're going to kill it. Also, audiobook narration is really dope. I think that is like super duper cool. I don't think I paid attention to it as much until I started listening to audiobooks like a lot. And now I have like favorite narrators. And there's books that I've read based off of who the narrator was. So like even authors I probably wouldn't have checked out because I like the way this person is. So I think that's super dope.
Yeah. Agreed.
Sherry says, writing songs. I got bit by the bug because Ashley is my work buddy. We sprint together a lot, but I am tone deaf. For y'all that don't know, Ashley can sing and be singing, and I have made a special request, and I am so excited for her and the hubby to sing it. So, go follow her on Twitch so you can catch it. That's all I'm saying.
We have been practicing too.
Jabria says, knitting and crocheting. I started learning last year, but fell off massively. There's about 3 unfinished projects laying around my bedroom at the moment. Y'all, there's like 4 on the lounger over there. It's a whole thing. Finishing stuff. I have a hard time. And he says, sewing, drawing, and learning an instrument. All the creative arts. Yes. And he said, I'm terrible with riddles, so I drop words just in case. Hey, that is totally fine. I've always wanted to learn to play the piano as well. Ooh. Yeah, I think musical instruments, just playing musical instruments, period, is dope. I'm a graphic designer, but I did more layout designs than anything. Nice. Valerie says, I would like to get back into painting, but I stopped when my psoriatic, I feel like I'm saying it right, psoriatic arthritis had kicked into high gear. I've had it under much better control now, but I haven't gotten it together yet to try again. Yeah, I remember I had to like step away from writing for a while because like I was getting hand cramps and things like that, like early onset like carpal tunnel type stuff. So definitely like take the step back when you need to because you don't want to lose it. Writing, and here I am. Hey, you're getting there. Oh, hi, baby. Friend. Autumn, hey. Hi, Autumn. All the highs.
All the highs. Hello.
Quilts are functional art. I've been waiting for things to open up again to sign up for a quilt making class. I did the glass blowing for my birthday, and I definitely want to go glass blowing.
That's so cool.
That was so much
fun.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, hold on. I think I got it. Hey, why y'all got my little blowing things? So this is wonderful.
So wow.
It was so
pretty.
I did vlog it, but then I was like, I started making a video, but I didn't finish it. And I was like, well, my birthday's in December. Don't nobody want to watch this in April. So the video never came out. But I did, y'all. That was the whole thing.
I would still watch it.
Yeah, I would have watched that.
I'll still watch it.
Well, I'll go back to working on it.
Yeah, it's June. Release it.
Right. Yeah, it's my half birthday.
It's your half birthday.
Yeah, you have.
I'm gonna finish the blanket I started last December though. I want to be able to take a nap under it one good time. Yeah. Hey, that's the best.
That's the best feeling.
Use the thing you made. Awesome. Y'all, Becca made these pants that look like a long skirt, and I'm obsessed with them. I'm like, yo, because I'm the girl that loves the look of skirts, but I hate skirts. Like, I just like I'm a pants person. So I love it. I love it.
I think one thing that Becca does really, Becca, creatively talented all around, but one thing I've always admired you for is your cosplays. Like watching your vlogs, and when you went to Comic-Con and things like that, I've always wanted to like really get into cosplay. And you're just so talented. I'm like, oh, look at all her outfits and everything, and just I
miss that so much. This is the second year in a row that Comic-Con's been canceled.
I know, it's crazy with everything going on.
But next year.
Right, next year we're gonna have everything back to normal. Glass blowing looks so cool, but I'm too chicken to handle molten sand. It's not as bad. It's really not. It's not. Glass blowing is awesome. It was fun. So I don't know if y'all seen Blown Away on Netflix, but that was what made me want to go glass blowing. And then as soon as we came back, we looked on Netflix and season 2 was there, and we were like, yes. Yeah. But in the same round, I love to get into pottery too. Yeah, see, the Great Pottery Throwdown got me wanting to do pottery too. Like, it was like, fire. There's so many fun artistic things that I don't ever find out about till the show comes out. Like, what do I do to get to be on the show? Right? Like, who gets these emails? How do you get to be a contestant on these creative things? Because I just want to get there. I might get back into watercolor painting. I just learned about, now I'm probably going to say this wrong, but gouache. And it's like similar to water painting, watercoloring. But I've seen some artists on Instagram, and just the things people can create, just mind blowing how talented people are. See, Blown Away. It's such a good show. It's such a good show. All right, anybody want some hints on Michael's riddle? We might
need a hint.
We should probably put it up again. I forgot.
Yeah, where did it go?
My bad. Let me get back to comments. That says banners.
Actually, Shay, what you can do is
copy and paste it and make it.
Yeah, you can copy and paste it into a banner, and then it'll be something that's independent of the comments.
I think. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can do this without touching it. No, I think you need to send it to me in the private chat, because whenever I try to touch it to like copy the text.
Oh, I see.
It puts it on the screen, and I can't like scroll.
Got it.
All right. Private chat.
Just a sec here.
Password just boyish.
Oh, so the Great Pottery Throwdown is on HBO Max.
Yeah, HBO Max. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, they just released a new season, and we binge watched that new season the other day.
We're like halfway through it, but it's really good. It's crazy because it's way different than the first 3 seasons in the sense that
and it wasn't
the stuff they're making is like 10 times harder and more creative and more extreme than all 3 seasons combined. It's crazy, but it's good.
Yeah. Okay. That's not what I meant to do either. Dang it. Y'all, I'm gonna get this right in just a second. Here we go. I was like, that's not where you meant to put that. Here we go. There we go. Oh wait, my comment is still up there. I didn't want to do that either. There we go. Okay. Forged in fire makes me want to make blades, but my body wouldn't agree with all that work. Yes, so I like forged in fire. Now that seems hot. It seems hotter in the forged in fire than it does in Blown Away. Yeah. Oh, where did I find? Okay, you told her. This is a section I heard you mention. Sorry. Gouache is a lot of fun. I've learned working with it when I could. Nice. All right, so. Is the password just boy? She asked him with ease. Oh no, he said quickly with shake in his knees. You will not guess it if my name is Earl. She knew then and nodded and gave it a whirl.
Oh, wow.
I have nothing on my summer to-do list. I guess except to just finish editing.
That's mine as well.
I don't think I have anything either.
So the only thing on mine is I want to float the river again. So we did it in September, like the Labor Day weekend, but the river had like not dried up, but the water had decreased a lot. So it was a lot more walking than floating. So I'm like, I want to float this time, so can we do it a little bit earlier? So my big brother is talking about coming down from Wisconsin, so we can do it like either the weekend before 4th of July or the weekend after. So that, and I got my swimsuit on because after this stream, I'm going swimming. I've missed the water, y'all. Like, not being able to go swimming because of COVID has sucked. I am so glad I get to go swimming again. Like, I've missed it.
Normally, I would say Comic-Con.
Right?
Normally, I would be actually making my cosplay for Comic-Con right now. That's what I usually do in June, is that I like prepare and I'm getting all ready and like it's the fun stuff, but not this year.
So did they not do it virtually?
I mean, yeah, but it's not.
I mean, it's not the same.
Like people, no, I know it's not the same. I'm just more curious if people still like dressed up virtually or not.
Yeah, I mean, they have like they definitely have like the masquerade ball and stuff like that, but it's just not
right. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I love that they're doing that. That's really cool that they're trying to make it, so that people don't completely miss out. But but it's not. And the other thing is they the nice thing about going to panels is that everybody's there. You're watching it live. Whereas the virtual, it's pre-recorded, so they get to edit what's in, what's out. So you don't get that sort of spontaneity and fun. Like I would actually prefer it if they actually did the panels, just like what we're doing. Yeah. Like a live stream. That would be kind of cool. But that would feel more like going to Comic-Con. Whereas the pre-recorded, pre-edited, it's just sort of like you're just watching a show, like a behind-the-scenes show.
I've definitely appreciated the panels and stuff that I've seen within the last year that have all been live, where you actually feel like you're getting to ask questions and
absolutely, exactly.
Yeah. So
actually, Violet's got the right answer to the riddle.
It is, girl.
Violet got it.
Oh, there we go. Woo, woo, woo. Look at you. Come on now, Violet. I appreciate it.
Yay, Violet.
Was your answer labeled? I didn't realize. I apologize, Sherry. When you said label earlier, I didn't even know what you were referring to. I apologize.
Oh, sorry, it's not label.
I did say this. That was I was like, my name is Earl, and then I was like, what's that actor's name? Do I gotta know the actor's name? Like I had to. Writing is pretty much the only thing on my to-do list. Low key, I really feel that. In case you clean up my backyard now that I have one. Okay, let's applaud that because as someone who misses having a backyard, I understand how important that is. Start writing again and then go to my friend's wedding in August. Ooh, yeah. I've been thankful for our hot tub. Okay. A little jealous over here. I've still been able to enjoy that without having to go anywhere public. Man, if I had my own personal place to go swim, you would never see me. Kasha, you streaming? No, I'm in the hot tub. Now, if I can figure out how to type on the computer from the hot tub, man, you need one of those mechanical waterproof keyboards. Jabria says, my goal is just to get back to consistently writing, summer specific. I want to take another trip back up to Chimney Rock, North Carolina, and waste my days playing on the lake and drinking wine. Ooh, that sounds like a book right there. A writer going away for the weekend to Chimney Rock, North Carolina, and on the lake drinking wine, and something happens. I'm just saying. Lauren says, same. The summer is normally my cosplay planning period. Virtual cons are cool, but they're not the same. I love it. Yeah. Okay, see, Sasha was like, so I can stop looking up the cast of My Name is Earl, right?
I'm sorry, Sasha.
I was doing something like, okay, that.
Please don't hate me, Sasha. I'm sorry.
In my head, I was like, he don't know. I know that that's a show. Let me go look up the cast. He did not.
By the way, I put up the second one.
Yeah, I see. I'm about to make it a comment. Or not a comment, a banner. All right, now, y'all, I ain't seen this one, so don't get me to telling y'all how it is. I don't know. Think of a team effort and think of an I. Think of a sports car and suave British spy. Think of a dry myth you cannot deal with. Think ooh la la and oh me, oh my. Is it 007?
Actually, this one will be really hard to solve with the text moving like that.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Think of a team effort. Think of an I. Well, there's no I in team.
Right. So then, okay, so I wonder if it's like a group of spies. What's the three girls that spies? Charlie's Angels? No, but there's multiple eyes in there.
Oh, and just so you all know, StreamYard, I guess, has auto-corrected the I to a capital one. So I apologize for that.
Oh.
So it needs to be a lowercase I?
It needs to be a lowercase I.
Yep.
Hold on. This is a spelling one, isn't it?
Right. Think of a team effort.
Oh, thank you.
Think of an I. Think of a sports car and suave British spy. So that makes you think of
Bond.
His name? James Bond?
James Bond. Bond.
Think on a dry myth you cannot deal with. I'm sorry, you can read it out loud too.
Oh no. Think on a dry myth you cannot deal with. The sports car is an Aston Martin, Casey says.
Right.
Okay.
That it's not Aston Martin, Casey.
Think of a team effort and think of an what's that other spy name? What the spy who shagged me? What's his name? I ain't never seen it. I just know Bill.
All right. No.
Austin Powers?
Ah, there we go. Austin Powers. He's a spy. But there's an I in there. Is that a team? See, Charlie's Angels, there's a team. I don't know, Michael.
Dry myth. What is a dry myth you cannot deal with?
What is a dry myth? Okay, wait. Question. What are we supposed to be solving? Hey, stop.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Michael.
That is a lie.
You can't remember. Wait. What? Martini?
What?
Aston Martin isn't a sports car. It's a luxury car. There is no INT. I appreciate this.
Yeah, all good comments.
Unfortunately,
I'm not seeing
not
the right answer.
No,
I have no idea.
Win plus I, Winnie. I don't know where that's my brain went.
That's a good a good guess, Jabria.
Is it a good guess because it's on the right?
It's not right though.
Good guess because it makes you think.
I think it's really original. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Oh,
5 is the answer. 5. I appreciate that one. The Beatles.
It's not the Beatles.
I am with Andrea's, and I think, is it Andrea or is it Andrea? My sister's name is Andrea, so I always go to that first. So I apologize if that's wrong. I love the random answers they're dropping. I love it. There's no crying in baseball. Huh. Right, I'm with you, Jabria. I'm with you. Okay, let's.
Think on a dry myth you cannot deal with.
All right. While we do that, question number 5 is up. What's an unpopular book opinion you have?
Oh.
I've seen these in tags. I'm always curious. Hey, stop. There is nobody at the door. Thank you.
Oh, me.
Diablo. There he says. Diablo.
It's not Diablo, Sherry. Sorry.
Yeah, it's the dry myth.
Right. No, I'm right there with you. It is. It is. Sherry says Lamborghini Diablo is my riddle answer.
That's a good guess, but it's not right, unfortunately. Sherry. Good guess, though. I mean it.
Yeah. What's an unpopular book opinion you have?
Riddles are hard.
This question doesn't get me any like impulsive answer.
That's good. I don't think
you want to be the unpopular book opinion. You don't have an impulsive answer.
Yeah, like as soon as I see it, I don't know what just jumps to mind.
Let's see. An unpopular book opinion you have.
I think Sherry quit.
Uh-oh.
Did she rage quit?
It should be right. I quit the stream. Bye. Oh no.
Actually, also, I think Casey's heading out.
Okay. Oh,
bye, Casey.
Jealous.
Casey.
I think something's on fire.
Huh?
I'll be right back. My children are unsupervised right now, and I think they might have set the microwave on fire.
Oh
no! I heard that.
That's scary.
Okay, Kay said, all right, guys, I think it's time for my Sunday afternoon nap. I don't know what I was just saying. Nap. Thanks for the great conversation. I miss hanging out with everyone. Hey, Jenna.
I've got to take off. It's been a couple hours, but Stefan and I are making dinner. And I'm hogging the kitchen.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, go have your dinner. Enjoy.
All right, thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
I hate to do it too, but I need to also leave because I have work in like 2 hours.
You know what, y'all? We could just kind of like call it. We've been going for a couple hours anyways. Like, especially if you got mommy duty you got to do, Ashley.
Oh, no, I'm good. They had pops and popcorn, and the smell was very strong, but it happens. They're good. They're good though. They're good.
Okay, awesome.
I gotta know the answer to the riddle is the thing. So
yeah, no, I definitely want to know the answer to the riddle before we leave. Whatever.
My answer is M. Was microwave on fire on the bingo card?
Is it something with like James Bond? Right, that would be.
It should be.
One. Is it Olive?
Olive.
Golden Eye.
Oh yeah, I can smell some things. They just are bad.
That's awesome.
Yes, this is good. So I had for people, I had COVID back in November, and I still have like a wonky sense of taste and smell. I'm one of the fun long hauler folk. And so some things are like the taste is backwards or wrong and the smell is bad. And so I smelled something. What I smelled that I thought was fire was popcorn. It was just the smell of popcorn. It's not even like burnt popcorn. It's just regular popcorn. But popcorn is one of the things that is like, bad. Yeah, as is soap and most fruit and a bunch of other things. So, yeah, it's been 8 months. It's probably not going to come back or change. But I can smell some things. It's just not like it's nerve damage. So
yeah,
it's nerve damage so that the synapses aren't firing correctly or to the right spot. This is a good question. Are we looking for a word, a person, or an object?
Let me see.
I feel like that's a good question.
I'm not really sure. I mean, how to answer the question without
giving it away. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's too specific a question. Because it's all
Before
of those
you
things.
guys continue, I do need to go. So I'm going to say bye to everyone.
Yeah, no worries.
Bye.
Thanks for having me. And bye, everyone.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Bye. Let's see. Think of team effort.
Well,
actually, team effort.
It's not a word, a person, or an object. Actually,
it's none of those things. It's not a word.
That's a pretty good hint right there, isn't it?
Yeah. I think so. I mean, if for a person who's smarter than me, it's an excellent hint. Think of a team effort and think of an I. A specific team effort or just generally a team effort, and then think of an I. Think of a sports car and suave British spy. I feel like these are letters that will spell the answer. Like,
I think you're getting warm, Ashley.
Okay. I think I started writing things down, but I don't. Think of a team effort. Think of an I.
I think you also said that from the very start, huh?
I did. And then I was, this person said a team.
It's not a team, Andrea. Sorry.
Think of a team effort. And think of an I.
Sorry, y'all. My internet is going crazy over here. I'm trying.
Oh no!
Sorry.
Oh, no.
There is no I in team, but there is an M and E. I've seen that on a T-shirt, so do it that way, you will. I'm just. Is it think of all of these things? Okay. So I have paper and pen.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the right answer yet. Just so you all know.
I don't think that's right. But I put a guess in the private chat.
Oh, in the private chat?
I did, because I typed in the wrong box.
That is sadly incorrect.
That's okay. That's okay.
But it's an interesting guess. I can see where you're coming from.
Okay.
And if you want, you can say what your guess is too.
My guess was Oasis. So I was trying some of the letters. A mirage. Oh, that's a good guess too. A dry myth is like not a moist legend. Oh no. It's like a saga. I would think of as kind of dry because they're very long and usually done in like
So guys, I hate to do this, but like I can't see y'all.
Oh
and I don't know
no!
what's going on with my internet, and like I hope y'all can see me. I can't even see you. It's like a swirling circle. But I've like come out and come back in on like my iPad, and it's still doing it. So we've already done 2 hours. Are y'all okay if we kind of call it? Because
yes.
I don't want to miss it.
Okay. What's the answer?
Yes. Where's the answer, Michael?
The answer is. I'm just looking. I just want to make sure that nobody
got it.
Yeah, really got it.
Oh, Sin was going to say Oasis too. We were on the same wavelength.
Right.
It was the wrong
So
one.
the answer is little I.
Little I.
Yep. And I'll go ahead and, for the record, put it into the chat. You know, for completion or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Think of an I.
And the reason that the answer is that is because if you look at the rhymes, or at least not quite that, but at least all of the last words of the line, they read out "I spy" with "my." So then the answer becomes the completion of the phrase, which is little I. So I spy with my little eye. Yep.
It sure does. Oh, man.
That's so dope.
I love it.
I like that. That was cool. I like that one.
Oh, Sin did say golden eye, which was on the right track because we were going towards, I was taking it to piece by piece, literally. I love it. I love it. I'm sad we don't get to do the third one, but I understand internet is internet.
Yep.
No, we'll have to do this again. So I'm going to get everybody back together and we're going to do this one more time. And we'll do the last. All right, y'all. I'm super sorry my internet is being funky, but I appreciate you guys so much. Thank y'all for being here.
This was so fun. Thank you so much.
All right, y'all.
Thanks for hosting, Shay.
Yeah, thank you, Shay.
Thank you, everyone.
Welcome. Thank y'all.
Thank you, everybody in the chat, for being here. Oh, my goodness. We're almost at the end of the Writathon.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
y'all
we're almost to the closing chat, right?
Bye.
See you.